Missing price tags, different prices at different stores, and a whole lot of frustration. Dynamic pricing is spreading nationwide, and it's not slowing down.
Companies are selling the same item, but the price you pay can jump by the hour, the location, or by demand. No warning, no fixed tag. And a new poll, this is not surprising, says people kind of hate it.
Yeah, according to Ipsos, nearly 60% of people said dynamic pricing is the same as price gouging. Yep. So what does this all mean for you going forward?
Dr. Jess Ghilani is here to explain, and this is such an important conversation to have. I think that we're just starting to hear more and more about it. It's becoming something that consumers are a little bit more aware of, but if they aren't, can you kind of explain what this shift is?
Sure. So dynamic pricing is just referring to when the price changes very frequently, and it changes based on a number of different factors. It can change based on your geolocation. It can change if you are shopping online based on how many times you visited that particular product.
Yeah.
It can change based on the cookies that are in your search history that are being used by different websites to make different decisions about who you are as a consumer. So of course, this is something that tech enables in all of these different ways, but I think a lot of us don't think about how that can be possible in a brick and mortar retail setting.
Right.
With the removal of these price tags, that's something that I think everybody is fearing, because if we don't know what price we're supposed to pay, if it's not disclosed to us, then we are not going to be able to make good decisions as consumers.
Right.
Right. And so you're saying that a store will purposely not have a price tag on an item, so you don't know how much it costs, and then you take it to the register and it's a surprise? Is that what's happening?
It could be that. Sometimes it is more of they have like the price on top of the rack, and they're able to change that much more quickly and much more frequently than if it was a hang tag on an individual garment, for example. So if an individual thing has a price, that's one thing. But if you're bringing it to a price checker in a store, or you're pulling up your mobile app, for, all of the stores have their own apps now to check a price, that's where the dynamic pricing factor could come into play.
So I'm so glad that you brought that up, because this experience actually just happened to us over the weekend. Rocco had a gift card for Target. He was so excited. He wanted a new Lego set. Yeah. We were at one Target in our area. It was not on the shelves, so I needed to search in the system, found that they had some in the back. It was $45. I went onto my app. They had the same one in stock on the shelves at a different Target 10 miles away for $10 more.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, what a huge difference. We're not talking about 50 cents or a couple of dollars. And it made me really step back and think, how often is this happening to us on all of the things that we're purchasing?
Yeah, and increasingly as we are doing all of this kind of like, oh, I'm going to look it up, I'm going to check the price. Like, that's part of why Target got rid of their price matching in, I think it was May or June of 2025. They won't match competitors, but they'll match their own website. So if you're not getting the good price when you look on the website, that's really a disadvantage to consumers.
Yeah.
And if you're pulling up a price and showing that, that's showing that the price matching that they have is not actually helping us.
Yeah.
There's a system that they use that's called surveillance pricing. It's different from dynamic pricing. And people found that if they were within 50 feet of a Target store, the price that would show on the app would be different than if they were outside of a Target store. So I wonder if that Lego set would have been $10 less if you were 50 feet away from that Target.
That store. Yeah, it's really interesting. And I should say I did not reach out to Target for any kind of explanation on this. This was just a personal experience that I went through and did not follow up for additional information.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing, even like neighborhood to neighborhood, kind of what Heather was speaking about when it comes to grocery stores. And I went to buy a jar of spaghetti sauce. Yeah. And it was $13. In my neighborhood. But then someplace else, where I would go, it'd be $10.
This does feel like we just started to make some changes in the healthcare industry where you may not have known 5 or 10 years ago how much your x-ray was going to cost.
Yeah.
We're seeing these prices laid out because of certain rules and laws that are put in place, and yet we're now not seeing it. It almost feels like this would be illegal. This should be illegal.
Yeah, I feel like it should be. There are regulations in Pennsylvania that require unit pricing to be displayed at the point of sale, but there, as far as I know, aren't any regulatory measures to make sure that people are paying even pricing across the same retailer. So stores are able to do this. I know that there had been, efforts at the legislative level to get rid of junk fees from like airlines, for example. But I don't know if there's any kind of push. I feel like there should be from consumers to push for there to be fairness in our pricing.
Right, exactly.
Very interesting.
Just to make sure, I mean, even one neighborhood isn't paying more. I mean, we're talking about within the same, like in Western PA,
Just doesn't
30
seem
miles
right.
away from each
Yeah,
other.
no.
Yeah, totally.
Very interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Jess.
All right, Dr. Jess is hosting a workshop on teens and digital hygiene on January 31st at the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh's Carrick branch. We'll have more details for you on our website.
Still to come on the show, KDKA reporter Barry Pintar is standing by in the newsroom with the stories you don't want to miss tonight on the KDKA Evening News.